Hey guys, welcome back. Peter Schmidt here, and today we get to look at the new library from Strezov Sampling called, man, I'm terrible at this, JADE Ethnic Orchestra. The last time I think so too. And yeah, today is just, we just get to listen to this incredible library that they put out that I tried to really heavily focus on. And I actually ended up in this piece only using one extra library for one extra patch. And that was just to get more bass. And it is from Performance Samples. But again, just a bass patch. This is it. Everything else you hear is pretty much straight out of the box. No extra processing, no extra reverb, except for a couple patches, which we'll go over. There's a reason why. But I really wanted you to hear what this library sounds like straight out of the box, and just like what you can do with it, and like, it's just so much fun. Yeah, so we'll just go through this section by section. I broke it up to into faded colors here. We got all our woodwinds, or our woodwinds, our pluck strings, our bowed strings, our choir, so these guys, our percussion, and then of course a pad, because their pads are absolutely incredible. We'll definitely jump into that later though. So I just wanted to start out by going through these woodwinds. Got a cheat sheet of how to pronounce all these, so don't look like a total moron. Yeah, so like all in all, I guess what we start with is this drone, which is the Wind Chewer drone. And yeah, I mixed that with the pad to get this really pretty opening of, this rich opening of just a lot of texture and feeling. And yeah, that's kind of sets the stage for, what comes next. But yeah, so I use that here as well. I just kind of use it to hit these two sections. One theme here and one theme B here, but kind of all over the place tonight. But yeah, so I used the Diza section. This is a beautiful woodwind. The soprano is such a classic sounding Chinese orchestra sound. Not really hitting the full scale there, but it worked, which is what I was trying to do, is give the let's see, it's this guy, the Maureen Hoor, this guy, more warmth. And then, of course, adding the second part. But yeah, again, just doubling the main string line there. Then we've got staccatos. Very, very pretty stuff. And then, of course, doing it again here in the second section. And, of course, yeah. So that's the Diza. We have this gorgeous, I believe it's Japanese, the shakuhachi. Playing a counter melody here. And it jumps to melody, then it jumps away from melody. Those are really pretty bends. Again, I really just loved the airiness that this instrument provided. Kind of move it out of its reach there, though. But I just love that texture for that section. Really super pretty instrument. This is what it looks like. There. I love this design though. Very pretty. I guess I get into this a little bit here. You got, your 3 mic positions. This hall is such a cool idea. They basically recorded the close and the Decca tree in the hall in China, which I don't remember what it's called. And then they took this mix, the close mix, and they blasted it through the speakers of their main hall that they record literally everything else Strezov does. So where they recorded a flatus and storm choir, stuff like that. That's so they blasted through this hall. So just like, just such a cool idea. So you got your close. That's the Decca tree. And there's the hall that they're blasting the speaker through. Which is just like, it makes this massive. Oh, sorry, without reverb as well. Reverb is super nice, very smooth. I use reverb. I use their reverb. Again, I use everything out of the box. Cool thing is that they give you this playability of like being able to widen it just for fun, just so that you have that chance. So this is literally going mono. And that's super stereo. So as you see here, for their deck on hall, I wanted this instrument to really sing, especially since it was the counter melody in this section up here. I wanted it to pierce through, but I didn't want it to be like center focus because it's not the melody. So I gave it, so it's usually here, right? And so I just gave it a little more width. And it just sings. It just sings. It's like, such a cool idea that they're able to implement something like that just straight into it. Like you don't have to do anything extra processing. You just do this. And I do that to the percussion too, which makes a massive difference than making the percussion just feel like that much bigger. Love it. We'll keep going. Did I get this one? The shung. This instrument is interesting. Again, doubling the Maureen Ur section. It's like oboe-ish, but it has like the little frailties to it, which I loved. Again, it's giving it that color and that uniqueness that you literally can't get anywhere else. Just so cool. And then you have the Swona. This instrument, it's crazy. Brought the close mic down 10 dB because it is so loud. And I was watching their main video, and the guy who basically helped direct and co-produce this instrument with Strezov, basically said that this instrument, if you put this in a room with everybody else, this instrument will literally outblast everybody. It's like a brass reed instrument, and he says it's like the loudest thing in the room. And when I played it, like on 0 dB and everything, I was like, oh my, yeah, that puppy can sing. And so like when you add this to this last section, it totally changed the tonality, which I absolutely love. But here's that last section without it. Watch your ears. And you're like, yeah, it's pretty, but it just adds. Just love the cool sound there. So now we're moving on to one of my favorite sections was all this fast-paced fun stuff where you gotta mess around with Plucked. But anyways, moving along, we have the Qilin. So I started out with this instrument. Like this is like one of the first instruments that I played. Sorry, first instrument I played. And I was like, yes, this is what I want to start it with. So, hence I did. Just switching between sustain and tremolo with little key switches and some modulation. Moving right along, we have the Pipa. love that name, so cool. Oh yeah, I mean, of course, it's the main carry, right, in this section. I love the extra bend. It just makes this instrument feel so alive. But this is what you think of when you think of ancientness. Ancient. There's such a really pretty sound. And they came with like little effects, which they had a decent amount, but I used just like the strum of it. Just to give it even more feeling. Where are you, keyboard? Oh, there you go. Just some of the other effects. Really, really pretty stuff. Yeah, cool stuff. And then, of course, they super sing in the end. Yeah, good stuff. Then the Yangqin, which is like almost dulcimer looking like. I'll show you. I widened this ever so slightly. But he plays counter melody number 1. Fun stuff. Then we have the Zhang. Yeah, the Zhang, the Zhang Ruin. The Zhang Ruin chords, which are open fifths, so they pretty much can work in any way you want them to. Yeah, they're fantastic. I mean, that's pretty simple, explanatory. The Sanshin, cool little instrument. Sounds really really like in a box, but I love that. I love that it sounds like that. And then I double it with the Leochin. The Leochin. I'm trying with the names. Yeah. Such a good, fun little groove. Yeah. Had a lot of fun with just being able to throw or most of them. I mean, there's the crazy thing is this library is so huge that I was like trying not to be picky choosy, just trying to throw everything in there. But I was like, I can't throw everything in there. But yeah, here's this whole section with everybody, all the pluck strings. I mean, so this is kind of like the pluck strings spotlight. If I hit that key switch over here. I love how the peepaw just doubles and just makes it massive sounding. Yeah, so that's that. Moving right along, we've got our stringed instruments. I mean, our bowed, sorry. This is the Banhu. And this is like the first instrument I really put reverb on, the Blackhole. I'll play without it, but I love the fragility of this instrument. Yeah, just, and how high it can go. What's also really cool about this instrument, and what I recommend if you get it, or if you just, yeah, you should just do this because you have the little question mark, and it doesn't go away very well, but that's okay. That's a bug I'm willing to do because you just got to press the settings. But basically, they give you all this super neat information about the instrument. And so the Banhu is a board fiddle, and is brighter and scratchier and less refined version of the Arhu. Made from a coconut with a flat. I mean, just like, it's so cool that it even tells like the performer how to pronounce it in the instrument list. I mean, like, not everybody can do that. So I just love that and then everything about this instrument, including the strings, bow, and what does that say? I'm kind of far away. Nut is much more rigid than the Arhu, allowing greater projection in the high register, but they have the expense of the Arhu's expressive capabilities. So, like, that's cool. You should read it. Like, take time, learn about these instruments, because that's when I was like, ooh, maybe this would be a great instrument to play in the high end, the high end register. And just hear that fragility for a second. So then, of course, maybe I throw a little bit of Blackhole on it. And it then just gets even more like fragile, but then also like wispy. Like, I wanted the first section to be like very like majestic, and, or I guess not majestic, but like almost like royalty or something like that. And then this next section, I wanted to be kind of like worshipful. So it has like, it's a very slow, beautiful melody. And I was like, I have to introduce it this way, because it's just like, it'd be like, you like, in my head, I was like, okay, so like now I want, this character who I'm imagining, right, went through, all this struggle. Like, he went in, and then this big, either fight or just like tournament, or like running through the trees or something like that, right? This crazy fun section. And then he finally gets to the top, where he finally gets to that ridge, and he like peeks over the ridge, and all this beautifulness opens up, and then like the glory of blah blah whatever just like is here, and then it ends with him just like sitting down and just taking in that moment with this last section. Siri, you silly, shut up. Okay, shut up please. So yeah, that's what was going on in my head. So then we continue to this next the expressive Arhu, which I love that they gave us multiple Arhus. Basically, they gave us, two ensembles and then two soloists. So the Arhu one sounds like this. Which obviously Arhus are so cool. And so cinematically ancient Eastern. I mean, it's just like it's the Arhu that like defines like that for us normies. But then you have the expressive Arhu, and I'll take the Blackhole off just so you can hear it. And it has a lot more going on. It like has so much, like he is violently getting this thing to play music. I love it. And it just captures like how much like this can actually sing. So then of course to match the Banhu, I throw a Blackhole on it, and again is gorgeous. So yeah, that's the Arhu. So pretty. And what I love is here, I'll play this. In case you don't know what it looks like. What I love is the ensemble though. Like, just a lot of them together just is so pretty. Did have to crank them up a little bit, but I'm fine with that. The Danny, I didn't really feature this guy a whole lot, but I just wanted more. It's kind of like the viola, if I'm not mistaken. I was reading about it. Oh no, it's the Vietnamese one. There's also they give you so much instruments that it's so cool. But I was looking for more effects because I have, the horsey sounding effects in there from the Maureen Hoare. But yeah, I was looking for just a little bit more to introduce this section. So a brighter sound that could just cut through everything. But yeah, really pretty instrument. Then we get to the string chewer, I'm assuming. So there's I actually use the here's the wind chewer. Is right here. It's also a little bit of drone, I think, thrown in there as well. But this, I just like, again, wanted to end it with like just him just like resting on this mountaintop, just like opening up and just being like, this was amazing kind of thing. So here's this guy. Also a little Game of Thronesy. Also, that bend, I had nothing to do with that bend. That bend is baked in, which I was like surprised to find that they're just like, oh, we don't care. This is cool. I'm like, yes, that's awesome. And so I was able to use this bend and go straight into my next note, which is, I wanted to drop it an octave anyways. So here you go. Yeah, it was like, that's perfect. I love it. Of course, then with the reverb, Blackhole. A lot less this time. But again, the powerful performances, the powerful captures, it just is what makes this instrument just, I mean, this whole library just so fun to play and so unique to like listen to after you know, work so hard to put stuff together. So now we go finally to the Maureen Hoer. This boxy cello looking thing. It's so fun. It even like looks like a horse. Really pretty. Like, it works well. Library's easy to play too. Love these sounds though. So awesome. This is the effects I was talking about earlier. Just love that they. And then it attacking in fifths, I believe. Yeah. Again, love the aggressive like scratchiness of it. So pretty. So definitely like the cello-ish instrument definitely shares the cello-ish with its older brother, the bass, Maureen Hoer. Is this guy. This kind of sounds bassy, but kind of sounds cello-y. I love it. So, and this is where I was like, these big sections, this is where I was like, I just need a little bit more of that sound, that I just need some bass. So that's when I added, is the only instrument I added that was not from the library is just basses, just to give it the growl of basses that, you know, we also love. But it held up this section beautifully. And I was like, no, I'm not putting anything else in there because that's gorgeous. So I want to distract from that section. But yeah, it's, again, it's just to increase the size of all that. Now we get to the more fun stuff. I mean, all this is fun, but here's voices. These crazy expressive voices. So this is their syllable maker, and I just kind of threw stuff together. But if you want to actually make words, there is a word builder, which I wish I knew about before I started throwing things together, because I ended up really liking the way this pattern sounded. But it give you like cool little words that, and like you can, yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot, but I'm sure you can make a lot more words from these 1, 2, 4, 8 syllables. But yeah, I just threw stuff together because why not? course, I wanted to feature solo vocalists, especially female, because I was like, yes, this is what I want to. I guess what I want to be known for. Yeah, female voice so pretty. It's didn't hit its key switch. I will shut up and let it play though. Like, that's so cool. I love it. And you get the full quartet here, the full female quartet, which is the Mongolian long song ensemble. I believe they're saying ah. There's also an eh patch. Eh, if you want. That, of course, is doubled by the Arhu ensemble. Makes it quite massive. And of course, you have the growling Mongolian Humai ensemble, throat singing. Which I actually found to be quite effective at doing fifths with the basses. Because that's cool. Who doesn't like that? That's dope. Yeah, like, cool sound, very unique. Maybe not as cool to some people, but I enjoyed it. Now we get to really dope fun part is the percussion. Of course, you know, watching like Kung Fu Panda, percussion is like literally everywhere. So it's just like, and like percussion is such a huge staple of ancient and modern Middle Eastern music. So I love. First off, I just want to say Strezov, this design was really smart. It can be really confusing, but I read the manual because I was like, no, I knew this thing was cool. And you can just click on it, click what you want. You could even change like which round robins you want, how much you want this individual instrument to get of close, decahall, and zone. I actually don't know what that is, but like you have so much control over these instruments. And then you can just make this whatever you want, like just so that you can play, I want to play this ensemble. And that's what I did. So I played this ensemble. And again, here's this widening of these mics. So this hall just makes it sound massive, right? But percussion sounds perfect. Just absolutely perfect. Gongs, everything. Here, what does it jump to this now? Actually, it's too good to not love the shouts. Like, how fun is that? So fun. Of course, that's... Yeah, that's so cool. I love these instruments. Yeah, here we go. This is some... the only thing I wish they had is rolls, but I may do, and it sounds fine in context. Sorry, I keep stopping it. Because they only have like four layers of dynamics. Yeah, if you can count there. No, 5 actually. I am mistaken. Maybe more? Maybe 6. Actually, that's pretty dope. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, either 5 or 6. So it's like, it's not terrible. But yeah, I have this section and then it really opens up. Everyone's banging together. Yeah. Last but absolutely not least are these pads, these incredible pads that they created. Definitely, like, I found a pad that I was like, this would be a perfect opening, and this is what I want to, the key I want to play in, and it really just kind of create the mindset and the mood I was going for, and yeah, this is the pad. You want to know what it is? It's called Windy. From the sci-fi, actually, which is there's all these extra noises that go on, which is what made it really, really inspiring. But yeah, they even have like the synth part to it, so it can even get bigger if you wanted to. But I took out the synth because there's a lot of low end, and I wanted to, obviously control the chord changes and stuff. But here's what the full thing sounds like together. What's also really great, I'm sorry, I keep pausing it, is that you can control what aspects of the drone you want, right? So here's my synth. Oh, you know what? It's not even on. Haha. Let me do this. There's the full thing. So here I could solo the synth. Like, how cool is that? I just wanted something like Westworld-y, Season 3. I just go like this. Because it's perfect, right? But then they also break it into effects, which, looking at their Strezov's video, these are basically a lot of the players, they just are like, okay, now in this key, can you just play a bunch of random, just make stuff up. What's that called? I can't think of it. Drop a comment. It's something I know. But yeah, basically they were just like, here, just fiddle around and we'll make this a pad. And I was like, that's brilliant. And of course they had the percussion. So yeah. With all that. And then, of course, I just used the percussion at the end. Sorry, that's just my computer. My computer being smart. This did one more sound before it ends. But yeah, like, also there's like a million pads. Not a million, but like, you got all these and all these, and you can, mix and match, and you could play it anywhere on the keyboard. I mean, even that's like inspirational. Like, it's low. You could do something really cool with that, or, it's a little more out of context, but I mean, I love that, like, you could just play it anywhere on the keyboard, and it's absolutely enjoyable to listen to. And then the fact that you can, mix, pan, adjust each of the, even change, like, the reverb and all of these is just what makes it that much more customizable. And, yeah, it just puts, like, the cherry on top for this library. Because I feel like a lot of people are going to start with pads just to kind of give themselves like, this is the mood, like I did. And it just helps that they sound incredible and that you can, mess with them any way you want. But this ends up being 40 minutes long. I just rambled through this whole thing. It is a longer song, a lot of more instruments. This library is massive. Here's just the solo strings. Here's just the ensemble strings. Here's, there's the pads, the percussion, plucked string. I mean, like, the amount of patches in this thing for the price that, this is at is extremely nice. And then that it like heavily focuses on this expertise of being this JADE ethnic orchestra, this, this Eastern sound, this ancient sound, or this modern sound. Like, you can do so many things with this library. So yeah, super enjoyed it. I'm gonna be I want to start like creeping these instruments in my quote unquote Western scores, just because, like, again, these, the samples and the performances are just so inspirational that they just add this level of like, yes, like this is what somebody would do just to give it this life and this breath. So super impressed with this library. Absolutely loved it. And yeah, if you liked what I told or put out or whatever, consider subscribing or just give me a like. That helps the YouTube algorithm thing. And yeah, we will catch you on the next one. Bye.